Pleasant, a high of 78. Then tonight, some clouds with a shower in spots later on, a low of 60. Tomorrow, a nice day with sunshine, a few clouds, and a high of 80. Then Sunday, Father's Day, cloudy, cooler, turning breezy with periods of rain, occasionally heavy in the afternoon, along with a thunderstorm. Watch for flash flooding. Sunday's high near 70. Right now, we have 70 degrees at O'Hare, 70 at Midway, 69 at the lakefront, and in Lake Forest, mostly sunny, 68. Markets are closed for the Juneteenth holiday. They will reopen on Monday. It's 10:10.
At California. My name is Shannon Maldonado. I'm the founder of Yowie, a gift shop from the lens of artists and handmade objects. I chose Shopify because when I was testing other platforms, it was definitely one of the most user-friendly. It was important to me to think about where we would be in the future. All of the tools for reading your sales, like planning inventory, they're just right there on your dashboard. For anyone starting a small business, the biggest thing I can tell you is it doesn't have to be perfect. Shopify can help you build upon it. Start your free trial on shopify.com.
Legendary doesn't happen by chance. It happens because it's what BetMGM does. Sign up for BetMGM and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus and present in Ohio. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards payback and unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with MGM Northfield Park.
I was going to make a dentist appointment. I really was. But then it rained, and I thought, that feels like a sign. Then it stopped raining, which also felt like a sign. Then I got busy. Then I got hungry. Then suddenly it was somehow October. We're very creative when it comes to putting things off, until we're not. When life needs you strong, you break through. Confidence unleashed. Find a dentist near you at smilegeneration.com/confidence.
It's 10:11. Chicago aldermen this week blocked the latest attempt to close an apparent loophole in the city's gambling landscape, even as it inches toward legalized video gaming in bars and restaurants.
For Far South Side Alderman Anthony Beal, the issue is pretty simple.
There are 7,000 illegal sweepstakes machines in the city of Chicago.
They look and act like video gambling terminals. Maybe you've seen them at the barbershop or the gas station. But because they don't pay out in cash, they're not specifically covered by state gaming law.
How much revenue are we getting from those machines? Zero.
Meanwhile, bars and restaurants in 47 wards have asked the state for video gaming licenses. But West Side Alderman Jason Irvin disputed Beal's assertion that the machines are illegal.
They are not gaming devices. They are amusement devices.
And Irvin raised concerns that black and brown business owners are not applying for gaming terminal licenses.
We're about to give up hundreds of millions of dollars to people that do not look like over 50% of the population.
And 33 aldermen voted down the ban. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9. WBBM.
The state's petition to detain a man accused of setting a cross on fire in Grant Park has been denied.
21-year-old Merlin Liu faces multiple felonies, including hate crime and arson charges, in connection with the June 9th incident. According to the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, Liu admitted to purchasing the materials, assembling the cross, and then setting it on fire. Appearing before a judge, Liu was released pending trial with the condition he not purchase anything that could start a fire, including kerosene. He'll be back in court on Monday. Haley Hansen, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
We'll check the Father's Day weekend forecast from AccuWeather next. It's 10:13.
Chicago isn't just a city, it's a stage. From the latest theater premieres and music festivals to food that defines our neighborhoods and art that inspires the world, our newsroom brings you the stories that make Chicago one of a kind. Listen every day. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Shop at Meijer with M-Perks and save up to $1 per gallon on your next tank of gas. For nearly every dollar you spend on groceries, household essentials, clothing, you'll earn M-Perks points. The more you shop, the more your points add up, and the more you save at the pump. At Meijer, we're working hard to help you get a good deal more by helping you save up to $1 per gallon on gas. Savings based on points earned. Exclusions apply. Not valid in Wisconsin. Max 30 gallons. See mperks.com for details.
Hi, I'm Dwayne Brandstetter, owner of Brandstedter's Kangaroo. For almost 30 years, we've been a trusted name in Cincinnati, providing expert roofing, siding, gutters, and windows. As a family-owned business for 3 generations, we believe in faith, family, and excellence. Whether it's a small repair or a full replacement, you can count on us for quality and care. Need a roofer you can trust? Schedule your free estimate today at gokanga.net. We hop to it.
No one keeps the weather out better than Brandstedter's. Brandstedter's Kangaroo.
Find your next adventure with a brand new Kia from King's Kia. Right now during the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, get 1.9% APR financing for 48 months on the new 2026 Kia Seltos. Visit kingskia.com today. 1.9% APR financing for 48 months at $21.65 per month per 1,000 financed on new 2026 Kia Seltos models. Not all buyers will qualify for Kia Finance America. Offer ends 7/6. See dealer for full details.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola in original and cherry vanilla. That Pepsi taste you love, with no artificial sweeteners, only 30 calories, just 5 grams of sugar, and 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. That great Pepsi taste with even more to love. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Unbelievably Pepsi.
Hey Cincinnati, it's Carly from Ohio Valley Antique Mall. While rooting for your team this weekend, be sure to shop local for sports memorabilia, bobbleheads, cornhole bags, and more at Ohio Valley Antique Mall. Open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
The 5-day forecast from AccuWeather, sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, Sewer, and Electric. And here's meteorologist Heather Zare.
Nice weather this afternoon. We'll have a lot of sunshine and low humidity with a high of 78. There will be some clouds moving in this evening, and a shower can occur in some places overnight. We'll drop down to around 60. And then sunshine is going to return for tomorrow, and we're back to nice weather with a high right around 80. Father's Day, though, looks stormier. It'll be cloudy and cooler, turning breezy as well. There'll be periods of rain, some heavy during the afternoon, and that raises a concern for flash flooding. A thunderstorm is also possible. Highs on Sunday only near 70. A spotty morning shower on Monday, but it turns out mostly sunny with a high of 71. We'll have some sunshine with a high of 73 on Tuesday. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zare.
70 right now at O'Hare and Midway, 69 at the lakefront. WBBM News Time 1016. When searching to sell your unwanted jewelry, search MJ Miller & Company. From the Toyota on Eden Sports Desk, Rick Gregg is here, and I saw a lot of Toronto Blue Jays jerseys on the streets of downtown Chicago this morning.
How will we know which light blue is the right one? Is it the Cubs and that alternate jersey, or the Blue Jays and their jersey? We'll never know unless we're there at 1:20 or listening on 104.3 The Score. Pat Hughes and company will sort it all out. Cubs, Blue Jays at Wrigley Field today, and the Cubs have made a roster move. Catcher Moises Ballesteros back to Iowa so he can get more regular work in behind the plate. Outfielder Justin Dean is up to help out. Now, this won't be his big league debut, but he is still looking for his first hit. He went 0 for 2 with the Dodgers last year. They won the World Series. He got into 13 playoff games, all as a defensive replacement, so he gets a ring, but he's never had a plate appearance in the playoffs or a hit in the majors. We'll see what kind of work he gets here. The White Sox beat the Yankees last night 5-1. Home runs by Colson Montgomery, his 20th of the year, and then Andrew Benintendi laid a grand slam to break it open. Sox are in Detroit now. They face two-time Cy Young winner Tarek Skubal tonight. Dustin Johnson double bogeyed the 11th hole in today's U.S. Open second round, which means he has slipped back into a 6-way tie for second place at 2 under. Everyone trailing Wyndham Clark, who's 5 under, despite what is so far a 1-over second round. No word yet if USA soccer star Christian Pulisic will be available tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, as the American side takes on Australia in Seattle at the World Cup. He's got a calf injury. We shall see. With sports at 16 and 46 past each hour, Rick Gregg, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
10:18, traffic and weather together on the 8, sponsored by JeffBuysYourHouse.com. And here's Trent Erickson.
Getting into Northwest Indiana for the weekend, that sounds great until you hit the wall of traffic. That's on I-80 eastbound already off the Bishop Ford over to Indianapolis Boulevard. Could be worse, but it's not great either. You're going to want to get there the earlier the better. Westbound side slow spots from 65 over to Kennedy Avenue. A little further east on the same roadway, but a different name, 94 on your eastbound side from State Road 49 in Chesterton to the Chesterton truck scales. You've got long-term work in that left lane slowing you quite a bit there. Westbound side looks okay in both cases. If you're traveling on the Edens on the inbound side, you're not bad. The outbound side is not great from Peterson to past Chewy. It's 18 minutes out to Lake Cook. And the Eden Spur does not look great either. On the eastbound side, really heavy from Waukegan Road over to the Edens. Getting onto that ramp to get to the inbound Edens, it kind of squeezed into it, and it's slow going there. On the Kennedy on the inbound side, 35 minutes from O'Hare to downtown, 19 coming in from the Edens Junction, slow out to Division, and then Lawrence to Sayre. It's 16 to get to Montrose, and about a 28-minute trip out to the airport. Eisenhower inbound, 45 minutes from I-90 to downtown, 21 coming in from Manheim. Heavy spots from North Avenue to Austin, out from Cicero to Des Plaines. Spots. It's 18 to get to Manheim and 36 out to I-90. Stevenson inbound, slow spots from Cass to about 83 inbound, and then LaGrange up to First Avenue, Cicero to Kedzie. When you're finally coming in, it's 25 minutes to Tri-State on into DeSable Lakeshore Drive, and 19 on your way back out, 27 to get to 355. Lane shift on the northbound side of 55 has you slowing in spots from Weber up to 355. This report is sponsored by JeffBuysYourHouse.com. The fast lane to selling your house. No delays, no detours, just a quick, easy sale. Skip the stress of repairs, showings, and waiting for the right buyer. Visit JeffBuysYourHouse.com. That's JeffBuysYourHouse.com. Your next report at 1028 on News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
AccuWeather forecast for the rest of today. Mostly sunny and pleasant. A high of 78 tonight. Some clouds with a shower in spots later on. A low of 60. Tomorrow, a nice day with sunshine, a few clouds, and a high of 80. Right now, we have 70 at O'Hare and Midway. Mostly sunny. 69 at the lakefront. 71 in Plainfield under sunny skies. Markets are closed for Juneteenth. They will reopen on Monday. It's 10:20. And our top story this hour, a man who fled to Mexico after allegedly murdering his wife over a decade ago has been extradited to Cook County. Well, much more on this story coming up at 10:31. A chiropractor from Lincolnshire has been found guilty of billing an insurance company for more than $600,000 for services that were never provided.
42-year-old Sung Han Lim was convicted this month on 13 charges of healthcare fraud. Prosecutors say when Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois attempted to audit the bogus claims, Lim prepared false patient medical records and other documents and submitted them to the health insurance company. Each healthcare fraud count against Lim is punishable by up to 10 years in federal prison. Roger Plummer, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A high school senior from Chicago wants to make sure foster children never have to carry their belongings in a garbage bag.
Marist High School senior Grayson Hurd launched a community luggage drive at Christ the King Parish on the south side as part of his Eagle Scout service project after learning that many foster children move between homes carrying their things in trash bags.
I think it's just like the greatest privilege to help someone in need and to do it in such like a different way.
Her has already surpassed his original goal of 150 pieces and is now aiming for 200 bags and suitcases to donate to Lutheran Child and Family Services in Joliet. New or gently used roller bags, duffel bags, and backpacks can all be dropped off at Christ the King Parish at 9235 South Hamilton Avenue through June 21st.
I'm going to be in the back of Mass at Christ the King Parish in Beverly, and people can drop off their luggage there and give it to me directly.
Glenn Marshall, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Something old, something new, something borrowed, something boil, toil, and trouble. Why brides are hiring witches. The details in business news from Bloomberg next.
Welcome back to Yeah, That's a Pepper Thing. First up, we've got Harrison wrapping his Dr. Pepper in a tiny quilt so it feels at home. Oh, how tender. That's a Pepper Thing! And over to Becca, who's whispering affirmations to her can.
You're sweet. You're unique. You're the best thing I ever poured over ice.
She swears it makes it taste better. It's not a science thing, but it's a Pepper Thing! Why do they all do it? All for that sweet, delicious, truly one-of-a-kind taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a Pepper Thing!
Happy birthday, America! Bob's Discount Furniture has the furniture you've waited 250 years for. We've got reclining sofas with genuine leather seats, dining sets with tons of storage, and pop-up sleeper sofas with charging, built-in shelving, and more! more, because nothing's more American than a sofa that's a bed and a library and a closet. Celebrate the 4th of July weekend at Bob's, where America shops for furniture.
Oh, my Bob!
1023 Business News, sponsored by Cornerstone National Bank and Trust Company. The markets are closed for the Juneteenth holiday. They will reopen on Monday. Now from Bloomberg, here's Denise Pellegrini.
I put a spell on you.
A growing number of brides are trying to put a spell on the weather.
I spent $16 on my Etsy witch, I believe, and I think it was worth every penny.
Catherine Michelle, among those hiring witches on Etsy to try to make sure everything is picture perfect on their wedding day.
And that makes me feel like I've done everything I possibly can do to help the weather be on my side.
That's as wedding costs rise, along with the TikTok testimonials about wedding weather witches. And a growing number of brides look every which way to protect their costly wedding day.
Perfect weather for the entire weekend.
The sun came out just before the ceremony. They paid the Etsy witch $10.
The Knot says weddings run an average $34,000 in the U.S., with couples in Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, Boston, San Francisco, Chicago, and New York City spending much, much more, making a good weather spell for under $20 a bargain. With business at 23 and 53 from the Bloomberg Newsroom, Denise Pellegrini, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Hi, I'm Dwayne Branstetter, and for 27 years, Branstetter's Kangaroo has been keeping Cincinnati homes safe with expert roofing, siding, gutters, and windows. A strong roof means a strong home, and our family has spent 3 generations delivering quality craftsmanship built to last. Even in the worst weather, we're out there, working hard for you. When it comes to your roof, don't wait. Get the best in the business. Schedule your free estimate today at gokangat.net. We hop to it.
Branstedter's Kangaroo.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Proactive Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. At Proactive Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 531-866-4886. 531-866-4886. Take control of your sex life. 531-866-4886.
Find your next adventure with a brand new Kia from King's Kia. Right now during the Kia Summer Sticker Sales event, get 1.9% APR financing for 48 months on the new 2026 Kia Seltos. Visit kingskia.com today. 1.9% APR financing for 48 months at $21.65 per month per 1,000 financed on new 2026 Kia Seltos models. Not all buyers will qualify for Kia Finance America. Offer ends 7/6. See dealer for full details.
Legendary doesn't happen by chance. It happens because it's what BetMGM does. Sign up for BetMGM and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus and present in Ohio. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards payback and unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with MGM Northfield Park.
If you don't have health insurance, getting sick can feel stressful before you even walk into a doctor's office. That's why Care First Urgent Care created the Care Savings Pass. For one low monthly cost, the Care Savings Pass gives you access to low-cost visits at the Care First Urgent Care offices, everyday medical treatment, and predictable pricing without expensive insurance premiums. Quality medical care for everyone without traditional health insurance or between coverage. Healthcare shouldn't be complicated. Learn more today at caresavingspass.com.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola in original and cherry vanilla. That Pepsi taste you love with no artificial sweeteners, only 30 calories, just 5 grams of sugar, and 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. That great Pepsi taste with even more to love. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Unbelievably Pepsi.
You know that voice, the one that says, not today, next week. It's probably nothing. It's very convincing, reasonable, calm, always has a plan that involves doing this later, much later. And then there's the other voice, quieter, harder to hear, the one that says, just take care of it. That's the one to listen to, because when you show up for yourself, You break through. Confidence unleashed. Find a dentist near you at smilegeneration.com/confidence.
1028, traffic and weather together on the 8s, and here's Trent Erickson.
Hey, thanks, Mike. Calling the WBBM Mercedes-Benz of Hoffman Estates traffic tip line at 855-780 Road with the update on the Kennedy. On the outbound side, we've got an old-fashioned stall. It's in the left center lane just past North Avenue, and making things kind of heavy from downtown out to North Avenue in the local lanes. The express lanes are in the inbound side, so those aren't going to save you. So a little heavy at 16 minutes to get to Montrose and 28 minutes out to the airport. If you're on the inbound side, heavy spots from the River Road toll to Foster, then Belmont past the Wintrust Mirror near North Avenue into the Jane Byrne interchange, and North Avenue in the express lanes as well, but they still save you about 3 minutes over the 35 it takes you in the locals to get in from O'Hare, and 19 coming in from the Edens Junction. If you're on the Edens on the outbound side, Peterson to past Toohey, some delays, 18 minutes to get out to Lake Cook, nothing additional inbound. The Edens Spur, though, is kind of messy. Just past Waukegan Road east over to the Edens, squeezing down to that single file lane is slowing you quite a bit at the moment with the extra traffic going on. Eisenhower 45 minutes in from I-90, and coming in from Manheim is 21. Back out of Slow Cicero to Des Plaines in spots. It's 18 to get to Manheim and 36 out to I-90. Stevenson inbound is 35 minutes from I-355, and coming in from the Tri-State about 25 will take you. 19 on your way back out, and 27 out to 355. Slow from Pulaski out to Cicero, and the Dan Ryan 17 in and 14 out. Slow in from Pershing and out to 18th Street. Your next report at 10:38 on News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
AccuWeather forecast for the rest of the afternoon. Mostly sunny and pleasant, a high of 78. 70 right now under mostly sunny skies. Headlines next, it's 10:29.
During Window Nation's...
Water spots on the shower door again?
She sprayed, she scrubbed, she squeegeed.
Is that a word?
She's tried pretending not to see it.
Didn't work.
Now, she wants answers.
I'm calling Culligan. They'll test my water for free and recommend a solution to fix hard water throughout the whole house.
Because some battles shouldn't be fought alone.
Okay, that's enough.
Visit Culligan.com to schedule your free in-home water test today.
Hey, Culligan.
Hi, this is Dave the Door Guy with Overhead Door Company of Northern Kentucky. It is often misunderstood that we only service the Kentucky side of the river, but we have been servicing both Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky since 1947. So if you're in the sound of my voice, and you need your garage door repaired, give us a call at 513-347-DOOR.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
It's 10:30. Good morning. I'm Rob Hart. These are the top stories on News Radio WBBM.
This is Mike Krauser. A man who was once on the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives list is returned to Chicago to face justice for the alleged murder of his newlywed wife in 2012.
This is Nancy Hardy. An Oak Park teenager has been charged with the murder of a cyclist in Grant Park.
Chicago aldermen take their hats off to streets and sand in the wake of a week of wild weather.
It was all hands on deck.
I'm political editor Jeff Buckles.
A new allegation of prosecutorial misconduct is leveled against the U.S. Attorney's Office in Chicago. Business, the markets are closed for the Juneteenth holiday. AccuWeather says for the rest of today, mostly sunny and pleasant, a high of 78. We have 70 right now at O'Hare under mostly sunny skies. Northwest winds 14 miles an hour, gusting to 21. It's 10:31, topping our news at the half hour. A man who fled to Mexico after allegedly murdering his newlywed wife in suburban Burbank in 2012 has been extradited and will face justice in Cook County. The story from WBBM's Mike Krauser.
Arnaldo Jimenez was arrested in Mexico last year, 13 years after he allegedly stabbed his wife to death. The body of 26-year-old Estrella Carrera was found in a bathtub in their apartment less than 48 hours after they were married. She was found still wearing her wedding dress. Jimenez, who's now 44, was immediately the suspect. Police believe he stabbed her to death in his Maserati following their wedding celebration and put her body in the bathtub and then disappeared. The car was later found at his brother's home, blood inside. Jimenez was placed on the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives list in 2019. The agency said in a statement his return to Chicago is an important milestone. Mike Krauser, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A suspect is in custody following the shooting death of a man who was riding a bike near Chicago's lakefront this week.
18-year-old Eliel Argudo Tenorio was at his home in Oak Park when police arrested him Tuesday night. Police say he was the person who 18 hours earlier shot a man on a divvy bike in Grant Park. Argudo Tenorio now faces a murder charge. Police say a 27-year-old man was shot in the leg shortly after midnight and died at the hospital. The medical examiner has identified him as 27-year-old Malik Jones of the Near West Side. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
There's a new allegation of misconduct against the federal prosecutor who led the now collapsed Broadview 6 case. The Tribune reports lawyers for Allah Ishkirat wrote in a court filing that grand jury transcripts indicate Assistant U.S. Attorney Sharon Mecklenburg made improper comments to grand jurors about the guilt of the defendant. Ishkirat, who was indicted last year on charges he conspired to set fire to a supermarket in Chicago in 2018, has pleaded not guilty in the case. The crews who've been working overtime to clear streets and sidewalks following last week's severe weather have been given a special shout-out from Chicago aldermen.
The south side of our city was decimated by a horrible storm.
And far south side Alderman Matt O'Shea says when that happened, city workers swung into action.
Worked to the bone to open up streets, to help people in their worst times.
Southwest Side Alderwoman Helu Gutierrez added praise for her ward staff and interns who pitched in to help.
We're a team, and that's how we need to continue to provide the tended love care that our constituents deserve.
Her South Side colleague Pat Dowell added praise for ComEd's Corey Foster.
I know many of you probably called him. He picked up that phone right away.
And all expressed thanks that even with a week of potentially dangerous weather, no storm-related injuries were recorded in the city. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9, WBBM.
New questions are emerging about the next steps with Iran following the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. The latest from ABC's Mary Bruce.
The deal already being tested. Israel carrying out intense strikes in Lebanon. It comes as the White House is delaying plans to kick off the next phase of negotiations. Vice President J.D. Vance was expected to travel to Switzerland overnight, but his travel called off at the 11th hour. The White House saying the logistics of these negotiations have never been simple or predictable.
Iranian officials did not travel as planned to Switzerland, insisting that the fighting in Lebanon must stop before further talks can take place. There's no slowdown in the fighting between Russian and Ukrainian military forces.
Overnight, Russia carried out strikes with guided aerial bombs on Kharkiv and nearby districts. According to Ukraine's state emergency service, 10 people, including 4 children, were injured. One of the strikes damaged a warehouse, igniting a large-scale fire that firefighters were still battling into Friday. The attack also damaged up to 40 private residential buildings and vehicles. While in the central Dnipropetrovsk region, Russian artillery and drone attacks hit 3 districts. An 8-year-old girl was killed in Pavlovrad and a 49-year-old woman was hospitalized with injuries. Then in the southern city of Kherson, a Russian drone struck a passenger minibus, wounding 5. On Thursday, Ukraine had hit a Moscow oil refinery in a major drone attack as Kyiv presses its strikes on Russia's energy infrastructure. Fuel supplies there appear to be under strain. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
It's 10:36. Traffic, weather, and low gas prices all coming up next.
The best trips are the ones you share. So get the whole family together to hike the trails, walk alongside dinosaurs, enjoy thrill rides at Dollywood, relax at a spa, and cheer for dinner shows, all in Pigeon Forge. Just visit the Great Smoky Mountains for incredible adventures and unforgettable memories that everyone will want to be a part of. Join the fun and plan your spring trip today at mypigeonforge.com.
Find your next adventure with a brand new Kia from King's Kia. Right now during the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, get 1.9% APR financing for 48 months on the new 2026 Kia Seltos. Visit kingskia.com today. 1.9% APR financing for 48 months at $21.65 per month per 1,000 financed on new 2026 Kia Seltos models. Not all buyers will qualify for Kia Finance America. Offer ends 7/6. See dealer for full details.
Welcome back to Yeah, That's a Pepper Thing. First up, we've got Harrison wrapping his Dr. Pepper in a tiny quilt so it feels at home. Oh, how tender. That's a pepper thing! And over to Becca, who's whispering affirmations to her can.
You're sweet. You're unique. You're the best thing I ever poured over ice.
She swears it makes it taste better. It's not a science thing, but it's a pepper thing! Why do they all do it? All for that sweet, delicious, truly one-of-a-kind taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a pepper thing!
The lowest gas prices from News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Sponsored by IL Corn. Cleaner air starts at the pump. Low-carbon biofuels made with homegrown Illinois corn are fueling a greener future. Learn more at watchusgrow.org. And thanks to our listeners for the following gas prices in Villa Park. The Citgo on St. Charles and Westmore Myers is selling gas for $3.65 a gallon. Hanover Park, the Citgo on Jensen and Irving Park, selling gas for $3.85. It's 10:38. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. And here's Trent Erickson.
All right, well, we've got some delays if you're traveling on the Kennedy, the outbound side, where we've got a stall just past North Avenue, so it's heavy out of downtown to just past North Avenue. That's in the left center lane, and then you're slow from Lawrence to Sayre from there, and IDOT reminds you to move over. It's the law. It's not a game. The 16-minute trip is out to Montrose now, at 28-minute trip out to O'Hare. Express lanes headed inbound, so you can't use those outbound to get around that. It's 35 minutes in from O'Hare, 19 from the Edens Junction, and you save about 3 minutes if you do use the express lanes. Slow in from the River Road toll to Foster, and then Belmont to the Jane Bird interchange and North Avenue in the express. 190 extension's clear. The Eisenhower inbound is not. It's heavy from North Avenue to Austin and spots, and 45 minutes in from I-90, 21 from Manheim. 18 on your way back out to Manheim, 36 out to I-90. Stevenson's moving at a 25-minute pace. That is in from the Tri-State to DeSable Lakeshore Drive, where you're going to find yourself a little slow going in from Castor Route 83, past LaGrange to First, and then Cicero to Kedzie. Pulaski to Cicero on your outbound side, and 19 minutes takes you out to the Tri-State. If you're making your way out to 355, it's going to be nearly a half an hour now. If you're making your way on the 55 northbound lanes, you're going to notice some slowing with a lane shift between Weber and 355 northbound on 55, and that's going to be there a while. Southbound side's okay with no delays or things to get around like lane shifts. Dan Ryan in from Pershing, a little bit heavy, 17 minutes in from 95th. It's 14 on your way back out, and slow to 18th Street. On the Bishop Ford, on the outbound side only, you've got delays with long-term work taking you down to 2 lanes. From 130th down to 159th, you're slow in spots at 17 off the Dan Ryan to 8094. Your next report at 10:48, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
WBBM AccuWeather, nice and sunny, high 78 this afternoon. Then some clouds move through tonight, along with a shower chance. We'll have a low of 60. More sunshine for tomorrow with a high of 80. Then cloudy, cooler, and turning breezy for Father's Day. Rain can be heavy enough to cause flash flooding in the afternoon as it turns heavy. There can also be a thunderstorm. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zayer.
Right now in Chicago, we have 70 at O'Hare and Midway, 69 at the lakefront. Lansing, sunny and 70 degrees. Markets are closed for the Juneteenth holiday. They will reopen on Monday, but we do have a noon business hour today. We'll take a look at the business of the World Cup 1 week into the tournament. Toy Story 5 opens today. We'll preview the rest of the summer movie season. It's Entrepreneur Friday, and we'll introduce you to the owner of a local coffee shop that's on the grow. It's adding new locations in Chicago. All that and more coming up on the noon business hour right here on WBM, where it's 10:41. A man with a history of sex offenses is now back in custody in the northwest suburbs.
The McHenry County State's Attorney's Office says 74-year-old John Kaspari of Johnsburg has been ordered held in jail until his trial on charges of being a registered sex offender and having inappropriate contact with a child. Officials say the incident happened at a Crystal Lake ice rink where Kaspari has reportedly been known to hang out. Kaspari allegedly got a cell number from a child and began texting the child earlier this month. Kaspari was convicted in 2021 of possession of child pornography and as such is forbidden from communicating with any child without a lawful reason. He appears in court again next week. Bernie Tafoya, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
We'll check the top trending stories next. It's 10:42.
Gas prices are higher than ever, and every penny counts at the pump. For years, WBBM News Radio has been watching gas prices so you don't have to. We're constantly tracking the lowest prices across the Chicago area. Our reporters, traffic team, and listeners work together to find the best deals near you. Listen for lowest gas prices day and night at about 37 minutes past the hour. Chicago's news, traffic, weather, and lowest gas prices station, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.